Hello everyone, I am Margot and welcome to Tapping Well. By tapping along with my video, you agree to take full responsibility for your own health and well-being. Today we are going to be doing a short sequence based on the 9 basic tapping points to get you started self-tapping with confidence. So the first point is the karate chop point on the side of the hand. The second point is the top of the head point. From the tip of the air, if you go straight up, it's that point in the middle. It can be tapped on like this. Some people go all over. Some people micro tap all over as well. This point has a lot of yang meridian endpoints. So even if you miss the exact point in the middle, you're still able to cover the essential points. Tapping with the flat of the hand is an easy way to make sure you get the correct point. In some videos, you will have seen that this top of head point is actually tapped on last. This is because it was the last tapping point that was added after the original sequence was established. However, I prefer to just do a top-down approach, hence why I do the top of the head directly after doing the karate chop point. The next point is the inner eyebrow. Then we move round to the outer eye point, which is on the bony ridge, not on the soft bit where the temple is, on the bony ridge. Then underneath, still on the bony ridge, we come to the under eye point. Then we go to the under nose point. Then the chin point, and the chin point is just that little sink under the lip before the actual chin starts. Then we go to the collarbone point, which can be located by finding the knobbly bones of the collarbone, going down about 2 fingers width and then across 2 fingers width. So it's about this point right here. Some people tap like this, or some might even tap like this, which covers both points. And the last point is the underarm point, which is a hand's width down from the armpit. For ladies, it would be just around the point where the bra strap actually lies. Now, there might be some questions at this point. How many times do you tap? How hard do you tap? So the minimum number of times you should tap is 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you get more comfortable with tapping, sometimes a certain point will resonate with you and you can tap there for a while. A lot of people like the collarbone point for that. And because of the top of the head having so many meridian endpoints, this is also a common one that people like to tap on for a while. But to be strictly doing this 101, the minimum is 5 taps per point. And how hard? Well, you don't want to tap so hard that you are actually creating sore points on the face. So a light tap is all that is required. And if, for example, you're tapping on headache or a migraine, then your head will be extremely sensitive. So I would recommend in that case just lightly touching instead. Touch and hold for around the same time you would be holding if you had been tapping the minimum 5 times. And as you will have realized, some of the points are bilateral points. Eyebrow, side of eye, under eye, collarbone. For these bilateral points, you have a choice. Some people prefer to use both hands. Some people prefer using one or the other, dependent on which hand you prefer. Normally, if you're using one, most people default to their dominant hand, but you can have some fun with this. You can even tap with the hands crossed over for a slightly different experience. So the main thing is to find your own rhythm and to get comfortable with it. Now, before you begin tapping, what I do with all my clients is we first just take a minute. I normally ask them to just put their hands on their heart center, close their eyes. So you can close your eyes and experience this with me. And just take a couple of slow breaths in through the nose, hold at the top, and then slowly release through the mouth. And do this a couple of times, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And with your eyes still closed, feel into you. Feel into what is coming up for you to tap on today. Feel into the body and into the mind and into the emotions. And once you have decided on the issue you would like to work on, what you do then is you will rate the issue you want to work on between 0 and 10, where 0 would be that you are calm, you are light, you're peaceful, you have absolutely no worries on this issue, and 10 would be absolute maximum intensity. If your issue is a 10 that you are unable to down-regulate and get calmer on, I would strongly recommend you reach out to an EFT practitioner to help you with this very emotive issue. If it's something you feel you can manage on your own, then just keep a mental note of where you were at the beginning before you started tapping. And now what I'd like you to do is just feel into the body and find where in the body you feel it most. And then we can begin tapping. Now we start on the side of the hand, the karate chop point. And this is the one point where we tap more than 5 times. We tap on this point while we are stating our issue out loud. And in tapping, we go from where we are in the moment, which is normally the negative, and as we experience a down regulation in our stress, in our cortisol levels, and we get calmer and we release and we shift, what we find is that as everything goes down, we are able to shift from the negative into looking at things from a more positive, or even getting how negative it is, even getting to a neutral perspective can be a really positive improvement in how you feel about an issue. So, to start off, we normally phrase it like this. Even though I have this issue and I'm feeling it, for example, in my chest, right now it's a 5 out of 10, which is your rating. I deeply and completely accept all my feelings. And we repeat 3 times. We can actually repeat the exact same phrase 3 times. Or if there's a lot you want to say in your setup statement about the issue, you can actually construct 3 sentences to help you in the beginning before you can sort of ad-lib. 3 sentences detailing various bits of how you're feeling and how you feel about this topic. So even though this issue makes me feel so uncomfortable and I feel so stressed out, I accept how I feel in this moment. Even though I can't think of anything else but this problem. And it's so strong. And I have all these feelings in my body, in my chest, in my head, in my heart, wherever it might be. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now, in this last example, I use the word love and accept. Love is not always an easy word to use. If you feel uncomfortable using the word love yourself, then just use accept or honor how I feel, or this is how I feel in this moment, and that's okay. So once we've done the setup statement, we would start moving through the tapping points using a reminder phrase. So I am going to demo this using an example of it being the first time that you are tapping. So we're going to say the setup statement 3 times and go from there. Even though this is my first time tapping and it's making me feel quite anxious, I accept how I feel in this moment. Even though I'm not sure I can get all the points correct and in the right order, it's all a bit confusing, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though this is all so new to me, it all feels so strange, and I'm feeling a little bit stressed out about it all, and I'm feeling it in my head because I'm just swamped by all these new things to remember. I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself in this moment. Top of the head. This tapping thing, eyebrow, it is so new to me. Side of the eye. I'm not sure I'm getting it right. Under the eye. It feels so weird. Under the nose. I'm feeling a bit silly doing this. This tapping thing. Collarbone. This EFT tapping. Underarm. It is so strange a feeling. And as we go on tapping, we would skip the karate chop point because that's where we say our intention or setup statement, but we're just doing reminder phrases here. EFT, eyebrow. I am actually doing EFT. I'm doing EFT. I'm doing EFT. I am doing EFT. I am doing EFT. It feels a bit weird. It feels a bit weird. It feels a bit weird. It's okay that it feels a bit weird. Everything that's new feels a bit strange at first. The first time is always the worst time. The first time is always the worst time. It will get better. It will get better. It will get better. I am doing EFT for myself. And after you've gone through, normally twice through, first time using the karate chop point, you go through, and then another time when you skip the karate chop point, you would normally go through twice, and then you would check back in and see if it's still feeling really strong in your chest or in your head, if it's moved, and what that number is, your intensity, if it's gone up or if it's gone down. Normally with tapping, it goes down. If it's not going down and you aren't able to shift things on your own, I do strongly recommend you book in with someone who is a EFT practitioner to help you work with that issue. But normally for little everyday things, we're normally able to self-regulate by self-tapping. So I invite you to try tapping for yourself, give it a go and see how you get on. And you can reach out to me at www.tappingwell.com. www.EFTTapping.com. And if you are watching this via YouTube, please subscribe to my channel and share the news about EFT. The power lies within your hands. Thank you for sharing EFT with me. And I invite you to also look at the other videos in my video library, in which we go into various issues and topics that we tap on together. Bye bye for now. Wishing you a good day from my heart to yours.